When and why did you end up being the only owner? There was 2 other owners that owned Lovaticwear with me. I know that we had gotten into a fight. Hey guys, my name is Paige and I'm the owner of Lovaticwear, which is a small business that I run from this corner of my bedroom. I'm really excited to switch up this YouTube channel and do videos surrounding my small business, just so you guys can see the ins and outs and the behind the scenes of exactly what I do. The first video that we're starting out with back on YouTube, because it's been a year since I've made a YouTube video, is the history of Lovaticwear. I don't think a lot of people know, because Lovaticwear is 8 years old. There's a lot of history to Lovaticwear. 8 years worth of history. We're gonna get right to it. I think I'm gonna go grab some coffee. I'll be right back. This is my message to you guys. I'm gonna try to go through these questions like in order of the timeline of Lovaticwear. So I think first we should start with the question that has been asked quite a few times in like different variations. Why did Anthony leave Lovaticwear? When and why did you end up being the only owner? I used to own Lovaticwear with 2 other friends of mine. I didn't meet them because of Demi. I've known them for years and years. It was me, Anthony, and Rosalind. So they were some of my really close friends. Me and Anthony were best friends. We still are, just to answer that question. We still are best friends. He came to my baby shower. He's always gonna be my best friend. Back in 2014, I had saw that there was another Lovatic shop that popped up, and I've always been really heavily into graphic designing. I've been graphic designing since I was 15 years old. So I remember being extremely inspired by them, and I reached out to them and asked them like how they went about creating merch, because I had absolutely no idea where to start. This was like when my 2 friends, I had like got them to make Demi fan pages. I remember asking them if they wanted to do it with me because I was terrified of doing it on my own. I was 19 years old when we started the shop, so 19-year-old me, I had absolutely no idea what I was doing, like running a business, and at the time I didn't even see it that way, as running like a literal business. I mean, I remember being on the phone with them and we were coming up with a name for the shop. I have in a notebook somewhere, it's written down like some of the names that we came up with. The only one that I vividly remember writing down was Lovatics United. Lovaticwear Anthony came up with. It kind of just like happened like this. We never had a discussion where like we are saying like this person's gonna do this person's gonna do that. We had an account manager, so he would email back and forth with her if we had any questions. So he was kind of like the customer service, handling the business side of things, and then would also make promotion photos. Rosalind would do kind of like video promotions, talking about just to connect with like the followers. So she showed her face mostly on there, and I did the graphic designing. Anthony had told me not too long ago that he likes Demi, but he was never into it as much as I was, that he would just do it because he knew it like made me happy, so he would come to the tours and concerts with me. So what happened and why am I the only owner right now? So I believe I started doing it by myself summer of 2015. So I probably did it with Anthony for about 1.5 years. I can't remember when Rosalind stopped. I don't know if she remembers. I don't remember what happened at all. We still follow each other. There isn't like any bad blood between us. I just don't know exactly what had happened because that was like 7 years ago. With Anthony, I kind of have a memory of what happened, and I can also kind of guess what happened because it used to happen a lot. Anthony and I are best friends, and I would consider him like a brother to me. So with that kind of relationship, you also fight like brother and sister. I know that we had gotten into a fight, and I don't remember what it was about. I have no idea. We would fight, and then like a couple days we would make up. So that's exactly what had happened in that scenario, whatever we were fighting about that time. And then we became friends again, and he just didn't become a part of it. I don't think it really bothered him at all that he wasn't a part of it. He was like never into it as much as I was. Like I said, he really wasn't into Demi as much as I was. So this was kind of like my baby, but he had helped raise it, if that makes sense. I don't have any memory of like kicking anybody out. It was mostly me that was really passionate about it. So maybe I can interview them and ask them and see if they remember anything I don't. Is there anything different you would have / wish you would have done? There's definitely a lot of things that I've learned over the course of 8 years running it that I wish I would have done differently. And the first one would probably be not choosing that name. As much as it was like good for in 2014, I'm not a big fan of it now. Yeah, it was good for its time, but I feel like we've all grown a lot. Lovaticwear, I don't know, it just to me, it sounds very 2014. Something else that I would have done differently would be not start on Spreadshirt. I absolutely love having my own website now. Half of my merch I make myself, and half of my merch is produced at a fulfillment center and shipped straight to you guys. Back in 2014 up until 2020 when I started making like the Boss hoodies on my own, I was not making anything myself. Everything was designed by me, but it was produced at a fulfillment center and shipped for me. I wish I had known about Shopify earlier. I didn't know any of this stuff until I like found the small business community. What were the first products that you sold? So I'm gonna put them here because I have them archived, but I know that we started out with like Team Demi Devotion and Team Boy Vado shirts and Team Smile Vado, because that was the name of all of our Demi accounts. And then we moved on to like phone cases and we did beanies. I'm not a big fan of any of my old stuff. That's why I don't sell any of that stuff anymore. It just wouldn't work now. What's your favorite thing in the shop since you first opened? Probably gonna be the robes that are coming. Some cool for the summer robes are coming. I really love the Really Don't Care design. Another one that's one of my favorites is the Darkness design. I absolutely love the candles. Brittany, who had asked that question, makes the candles for me, and it's really great. I think it's such a unique item to have in a fan-made shop. Has Demi ever worn any of your clothes? I know that back in 2014 when the Neon Light Tour was going on, someone had gave Demi a beanie that said, I think it said Warrior on it. I don't know if Demi ever got it or what had happened to it, but no, Demi has never worn our merch. How do you balance your home life with your work life now that you work from home? In case you guys don't know, back in the end of 2020, like November of 2020, I quit my 9-to-5 job due to like stuff going on in the workplace. I started taking Lovaticwear on full time, probably like in April, March, April, and when I started selling the cups. It's been a process since quitting my job to now to figure out what really works for me and what I need to do to make sure that I'm being the best mom that I can, while also getting work done and then not feeling guilty for doing that. Now that I'm outsourcing a lot of things, like everything is still always gonna be designed by me, but now that I'm getting things like professionally screen printed and embroidered and outsourcing stickers and working with other Lovatics to bring items to the shop, it's been a lot easier than having to come in and do everything for hours and hours and hours and feeling like I don't have time. To answer your question, the best way that I found to balance being a mom and my work life is working when Ren's sleeping. The issue is this room that I'm in, the other half is Josh's side, so I'm really limited to my space. That's why I'm not bringing more items into the shop that I make in-house, because I don't have room for it. We've been saving up for a house. We hope to have like an area where he can have his thing and then my shop and whatever I decide to do in the future once I stop doing Lovaticwear. Last question I'm going to answer because I feel like this wraps it up really well. Are you going to change anything with Lovaticwear after Demi's new era begins? If the merch is representing Demi's music, it kind of goes for the vibe of like that current music. It's kind of hard to say. It probably will a little bit just with the merch that we're making. But I guess we'll see. Demi's got to release some music first and then we'll go from there. I hope that this gave you a little background of the history of Lovaticwear. If you guys have any more questions, feel free to comment down below and let me know what other videos you'd like to see. I'm going to be doing some behind the scenes of launch, which is coming up this Saturday at 12 p.m. Eastern time. We're launching these hoodies. You've got a face for a smile, and it's just a fun mid-weight hoodie that's perfect for spring and summer. I can just picture this like wearing this to the beach. Quality is amazing. These are going to be launching on Saturday, April 2nd at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if this is something that you're interested in, if you love World of Chances, you like color, you like something fun, and a positive reminder on the back that will be so great for anybody walking by reading your shirt, then this is definitely the one for you. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. I would love to have you around. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.